Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here, being joined with a very special guest, Mr. Evander Holyfield. And Evander, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us, and don't crush my hand. You got big old hands, man. Like, it amazes me when I see a fighter and like they're known as like a big hitter, the size of their hands, and you're known for your speed and your power. So I don't know, is there something in there? Like if a fighter has like a big fist, you feel like they have a lot of power?
Well, no, it's just, it's a muscle, and more muscle, it's just like lifting weight. That arm gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, so in boxing, you always working your hands, so the hands tend to have more muscle than everybody else who don't work their hand as much.
Yeah, like me, Mr. Normal Joe Schmo right here. Evander, the heavyweight picture is a very interesting picture now. You got a lot of world champions. You got Deontay Wilder, you got Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. But you looking at the Klitschko-Fury fight, give me your impressions of that fight, because I know a lot of people felt it was a very boring fight. They weren't too happy with it. But what did you feel about what each guy showed in that fight?
Well, you had two tall guys, and when you look at Klitschko never really fought nobody taller than him. It's almost like he thinking that he was going to be the tallest person. So he didn't even have a sparring partner that was as tall as him. I'm telling you, so it's quite different that, they looking at each other because the fact that Klitschko is not accustomed putting a lot of pressure, but he's not accustomed to somebody standing back just like him, hitting it the same way. So it was an odd type fight, and pretty much these are the things that happen when you don't prepare yourself properly for who you gonna fight. And because when I fought Tyson, I had a lot of short guys, very strong short guy who put a lot of pressure, that I knew that this is what the fight gonna be like, more so than I don't want to do this every day, because your toughest thing is your training. You got to spar every day. This type of game it is that you have to practice pretty much how it's supposed to be in the ring.
Tell me about the new breed of heavyweights. We're seeing them that they're bigger, stronger, faster, and they're taller too. Like you're seeing guys like Tyson and Klitschko. We didn't see heavyweights like that back when you fought.
Yeah, because back then somebody called people like that clumsy. Oh man, that clumsy guy can't do that, because it wasn't well balanced. Now, with sports today, you got a lot of athletic people start at a young age, and they do have balance, and they do have speed. They can do the things that they normally didn't think they could. Now you see a guy that when you see somebody 6'8", 6'9", they try to do something. They used to be goofy. Now you look at the basketball players, the things that they do, and Usain Bolt, they ain't never seen nobody that tall be able to run as fast as short guys. So, time is changing, that people confidence is getting great, that you can do what you want to do, and it lets you know that, man, you got more smaller good guys than it ever been. Then all of a sudden you see big guys able to balance themselves and do this, because somebody told them they can do it too if they work on these different skills at a young age.
But the thing that impressed me the most, I feel, about Tyson Fury was his ability to be so light on his feet. For a guy that tall, like you were saying, he's very, very mobile. And when I saw his earlier fights, I was just like, I've never seen a heavyweight move that way, where like he's moving like he's a light heavyweight in their middleweight.
Well, see, the thing is that I tried to keep when I brought in the heavyweight division. It's about movement. Yeah. And everybody said, God, man, it's got to move too much. But you know what? That aggravate people who don't like to move.
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of that came because you came from the lighter, from cruiserweight into heavyweight.
Exactly, because the fact is you got to fight to your advantage, not to somebody else's advantage. You stand toe to toe. Eventually you're going to get clocked.
Yeah. Looking at that dynamic now, they're going to have a rematch. Do you see the rematch going any differently? Do you favor one guy or the other, or do you feel it might have the same result?
Well, it's all depending on, I'm telling you, it depends on both people how they fight. The thing is, sometimes when you become champ, you think that I reached my goal. If you think you don't reach your goal, you shouldn't even fight no more. Because that means that you ain't going to do no more. You say, I did it. I'm like, but if you're still hungry, you know that you got to add some more on to this to be better. And because, I feel that Klitschko can make the adjustment, but it ain't about how I feel. Is he going to make the adjustments? And because he got to be a little bit more aggressive, because he fighting a guy whose arm is still going to be longer than his. Yeah. So, is he willing to make the adjustment? And it's about the fighter himself to, what do I do? Do Klitschko make the adjustment? Do Tyson Fury talk himself into, I believe I can do it? I think because he talk a lot, I think it drives him. It make him better. And it's just like it's a lot of boxers, black guys who, if they talk, they gonna win. If they be quiet, they're not gonna win. If they talk, some people needs it, some people don't.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward right there. Hey, Evander, when you look at the things that Wladimir did, was like undefeated for like 12 years, had a certain amount of title defenses. Where do you rank him in terms of legacy and in the heavyweight division?
Well, I rank number one. I'm the guy that did it. I won a title more than everybody. That means that I lost more than everybody too, but I did. I didn't quit. And so I think that when you here's a guy that proven that he was good, and everybody that he fought, he beat. And I think, well, that's a part of life. But the legacy is based upon the people you fought. And in my era, I feel that I fought everybody that was fighting. I would ask them, do you want to fight? You think you're good? Then okay, get the gloves. Because with me, it's just real simple. I thought in your era, you want to be the very best, and the only way you can be the very best, you fight everybody. And so everybody who wanted to fight, I didn't duck nobody. If you want to fight, I will fight you. And I did that.
Does it make you sad then to see that a lot of fighters these days don't put that ahead? They put the money in the business part, and we're saying, no, I want to make as much money as I can, and I'll fight the best, but on my terms, and eventually I'll get there to the best, but I want to make the money first.
Well, I don't think that's the fighter's problem. I think that's the organization problem, because the organization is I'm talking about, how do you let you got rules and regulations for you the WBC or IBF or whatever. I'm talking, how do you let somebody else change your rules? The point of the matter is just real simple. It's the organizations who are supposed to create the rules, and the fighters got to abide by the rules. And so you can't blame the fighter for somebody letting them do this. I'm telling when they, whoever hand they raise up, you think that guy gonna say, well, I really didn't win this. They're gonna take that win and move on.
Evander, on a final note, there's been a shakeup in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua celebrated amateur gold medalist for his country, won the heavyweight title. When you look at him, do you see any part of yourself in him, or are you impressed at all by what he's showing and you feel he's really the guy that can take the heavyweight division back into mainstream sports over here in this country?
Well, he came back. Every great heavyweight in America, they had a good Olympic program, and they came through amateur. So it's pretty much the same thing that he did. He had a good amateur program. He won the Olympics, and now he's a heavyweight champion of the world. And he's a guy that, and you look at him as a person, he's a very humble guy, and he's a guy that is a good role model, and he can box, and he can punch, and he got everything that heavyweights that until somebody else come up there. Now, it's a lot of other people out there, because you don't know how great you are till you at the top. Everybody's trying to get you, and so we'll see how he handles it.
All right, Evander, thank you so much. Certainly appreciate it. Here with The Real Deal, Mr. Evander Holyfield. This is Marcos Villegas, thanking you all for watching.